Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to the Chenese Lewis Show, the #1 podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Chenese Lewis. Today is Monday, April 6th, 2015. Don't forget to like the show's fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/Chenese Lewis Show and on Twitter at Chenese Show, and follow me on Instagram at Chenese Lewis. Well, today's guest is Leticia F, the lead designer for Shop Majour, a new online clothing store for curvy girls that love to make a statement and have a bold sense of style. She is a self-taught photographer, makeup artist, hairstylist, and fashion stylist. She has worked with a wide variety of brands, including Target, and her work has been featured in numerous high-fashion magazines. With over 10 years in the fashion industry, she quickly grew tired of the lack of diversity and founded Fat Magazine. The magazine was recently relaunched as Majour Magazine, and she's here today to tell us all about it. Let's welcome Leticia to the show. Hi. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be chatting with you tonight.
And I'm excited because I think we never met in person, but we've been talking online for a long time.
Really long time.
Now, I know you are based in Detroit, which is not exactly the fashion capital. So how were you able to build your skills and your brand there?
Wow. It was difficult. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. It was definitely hard. But I have to, give credit to all of the local photographers that I work with, that kind of let me do my thing. I don't know if people know, but, I started off as a hairstylist only. That's kind of how I got introduced into fashion. And I would work with different photographers and, would come up with all of these elaborate ideas. And lucky for me, they were interested in allowing me to grow as an artist. So I definitely, again, I have to give credit to the local photographers here in Detroit, Michigan, that allowed me to grow my craft, definitely, yeah.
Now, you are a self-taught photographer, makeup artist, hairstylist, and fashion stylist. Now, that's everybody that's on the set for the photo shoot. You don't even need to hire anybody else. So do you do all of the creative work for most of your projects yourself?
I do, yes, I do. It's funny because people, a lot of people are always kind of like, what? Are really surprised that I do everything, but I think a lot of people, sometimes don't really understand how important it is, to have quality, hairstylists, makeup artists, wardrobe stylists, photography, and you can have talented people, working on set of a photo shoot, but it takes chemistry, and sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, but doing it myself,
Now, do you prefer to work with other people, or are you just so picky you want to do it all yourself?
I know people, people tend to think, Leticia's probably a control freak. It's not that. It's again, I have to stress it. No, seriously, it takes it's chemistry. It's not easy to create strong images. When you don't have a team that's thinking on the same playing field as you. So I believe it or not, I've worked on set as just a hairstylist, as just a makeup artist, as just a photographer. But a lot of times, once clients realize I do everything and they see to the level, my level of work, they're kind of like, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you're a one-stop shop.
Yeah, like just it makes it real simple. They only have to deal with one person. So people, clients, and they tend to really, really love it. I mean, they're shocked, and a lot of times, they're like, "Let me, are you sure you did everything?" So, but once they realize, I'm the real deal, and I do everything, and I can, and I'm also able, to work along with others as well. But usually, clients tend to hire me to do everything on set.
Now, you have a couple of projects. Well, all of your projects that I've noticed you do in the past, they always have, like, agency-represented models. So do you travel to New York often to work on your projects, or do you recruit people to come to Detroit?
Usually how it works out, because I do have clients in other cities, other states or whatnot. So a lot of times, I do go to New York, and I do go to LA, and I've actually had some girls come to Detroit. So it really just depends on the project and the timing of everything. But yeah, I do travel. I travel a lot, actually. I go back and forth. Yeah.
Now, your very first project was when I first noticed your work and what you were doing was with Fat Magazine. Now, what inspired you to create that, the first one?
Wow. The idea, I've always wanted to bring high fashion to the plus-size industry. As a creative artist, I always kind of felt like, no one was bringing the edgy, the edgy side of fashion to the curvy industry. And honestly, back in, I want to say 2009 is when, me and a lot of my team members and friends, and, I got to talking to people, and, people were kind of like, do it, just, I was nervous about, doing it, and, I didn't know if people would get it. And, I started Fat Magazine, and it was amazing. I didn't expect people to catch on to it the way that they did. I really
now, how
did.
many issues of Fat Magazine did you produce?
I believe we did 3 issues total. One thing that I think, especially, I know for a fact, like, I'll be honest, I didn't realize how much work, is required, to run a magazine to the level of what I wanted it to be. And see, that was the thing, I was kind of, I was approaching brands, and we were approaching agencies, and, what we were trying to do was different. No one was really doing it at that time. So everybody was a little hesitant, it was a little hesitant. So we kind of got off to a slow start just because, again, what we were doing was different. Nobody was trying to, do the edgier editorials with the curvy girl. So everybody was a little hesitant at first. So with that, we only did, I want to say 3 full-on issues, and then out of those 3, 2 of those issues we did in print. Okay.
And so you stopped for a while, and you rebranded, and now you're coming back with a new name. Now tell me about the new name and the new direction.
Oh, yeah. The name. it's such a funny story, but I have to tell you this story.
Okay.
But a really good friend of mine, Fallon Sinclair, people who, if you don't know who she is, she's the owner of IPM Models, and she's a really good friend of mine, and, she has always been a supporter of mine. She keeps it real. And, she'll tell me, when something is working, when she thinks something's going to work, when she thinks something isn't going to work. But, just had a long conversation with her, and she was honest about the name, what she felt about the name. And, we had received a lot of feedback. We really didn't, I personally didn't see, a problem with that. I thought it was cool, but some people felt
now, it was
that,
fat spelled PHAT, so it's kind of the slang word fat.
Right.
But some people still didn't warm up to it.
They weren't feeling that, right. So, that's really what inspired us to change the name. And, me and Fallon one night, we were on the phone for hours, just going back and forth, and finally, we kind of came up with, I think I said something about, I just want the name to be Major, and someone's like, well, Major, and the rest is history.
And that was it right there. With the name change, is it going to be the same content and the same magazine, or is it just a total new direction and look and everything?
It's, I definitely want to say the same qualities as that magazine, showcasing women of all sizes. I definitely got a lot of feedback about, just kind of zooming in on, curvy women. So, with Majour Magazine, you're definitely going to see more sizes, in our magazines. Also, too, it's definitely a new direction. I want to say for sure it is a new direction that we're going in. Most importantly, because we don't want to focus on the plus, we just want to focus on the fashion end of it. I personally don't like saying, using the term plus models or, curvy, but you have to kind of identify, because that's what people identify with. But, I personally don't want it to be known as, quote unquote, plus magazine. I just want it to be a magazine that, that showcases women of all sizes, curvy women, it's just women of all sizes. And that's really our goal. We don't want to emphasize on plus. It's just
you want to be inclusive of everybody.
Yeah, that's really right. And I think, hearing feedback, from, all of the agency models and agents and, all of the people that I know in the industry, I think that's what people are looking for. No one really wants to be placed in a box, in this particular category. It's just kind of like, we're a fashion magazine, you may see a girl in there that's a size 6. You may see a girl, one of their shoes that's a size, 22, so you never know. We just want to keep it open, and we don't want to put anyone in the box. So that's really the new direction of what we're trying to do.
Is the first Majour magazine out, or is the first issue coming soon?
The first issue is definitely coming soon. It's coming soon. We were going to launch it a little sooner, but we have some surprises. We added on a few surprises, so we pushed the date back a little bit. But it's the first issue will be available in print, and it's coming soon.
So you don't have a date yet?
No, we don't have a set date yet. I mean, I've learned to not publicly give out dates, because as soon as you give out a date, something
happens.
It's like something happens as soon as you give out a date. So I rather just say it's coming soon. But definitely, it will be dropping this month. I can give you guys that.
Oh, well, this month, that's good. So when it comes out, where can a copy be purchased when it comes out?
Directly from our website, Majour-Magazine.com. You'll be able to get it from there.
Now, in addition to relaunching this magazine, if that's not enough, you already said it was a lot of work doing the magazine, but on top of that, you have added introducing a clothing line. Now, do you think you bit more than you can chew?
No, you know what? No, not at all. Not at all. You know, I've always wanted to design, you know, and to showcase great fashion, you know, for curvy women. That was, you know, first of all, I'm a curvy woman, plus size, curvy, you know, whatever you want to call it. I am, you know, I am a curvy woman. I am a plus size woman. So, you know, it has always troubled me, you know, that no one, I personally felt like, especially, you know, 2009, 2010, you know, there just wasn't a lot of options, you know, when it came to fashion for clothing, you know, it just, so, you know, that has always been something that I wanted to do. But timing is everything, you know. It's everything. I feel like this was the time. You know, Majour is not just a magazine, you know, it's not just a clothing line. It's a movement, you know, it's a movement. And I feel like it was only, you know, we had to. I mean, we had to do it. If I was going to do it, this was the time to do it.
So the name of the clothing line is Shop Majour. And tell me about your spring 2015 collection.
Oh, wow. You know, I was so nervous. I was so nervous about this collection because I knew that I was doing something different. I knew that I was doing something unique and something that was fashion forward. And I wasn't sure. You know, I wasn't sure if curvy women would get it, you know, if they would get it. So, you know, I definitely thought long and hard about this collection, you know, and what I was going to put out and what, you know, what I felt the industry was ready for and what I felt the industry wasn't ready for. But the response has been amazing. You
introducing, you taking off with a bang.
I mean, you know, we opened up, I believe it was the 12th, and literally, you know, we had so much traffic, the site broke. Like, literally, no joke.
Wow.
Literally, they broke the site. Yeah, so, you know, I was just outdone, I'll be honest. You know, I because, again, I was so nervous because I know what we were doing was different, you know, unique and trendy, and I was nervous about it, but I'm so excited because the response we've been getting has been major, you know. It really has. It's been major.
Now, you said, I read your in-house collection is limited edition. So what does that mean? You only have a handful of each item?
Pretty much what it means is once it's gone, we won't bring it back. You know, okay. I think a lot of times, you know, when you're shopping online, you know, you see something, oh, that's cute, I get it later. Well, in our case, you may not be able to get it later because once, you know, we put it out once and we're not going to bring it back. So it's definitely, you know, a limited edition collection because once it's gone, it's gone.
Now, what is the size range and the price point of your clothing line?
Our size range currently is from 10 to 24.
And you said currently because it's going to change?
It is.
Okay.
It is. But our price point is, I'll say anywhere from 100 to 200.
Okay, so it's affordable. It's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely affordable. I think it's affordable.
And speaking of how you came out with a bang, I saw on your social media you recently had Jasmine Sullivan perform in your clothing.
Yeah.
Now, was that a big surprise, or was that somebody you already was working with?
No, again, we have received just, it's been amazing. A blessing, it's been amazing because again, I wasn't sure, if the industry was ready for it, but the industry is definitely ready for it. But that actually kind of happened, just the power of social media. Her stylist, have to give a shout out to Troy. He's amazing. Saw the collection and was like, I gotta have this for Jazz. I gotta have this for her. These pieces are amazing. And, she loved the pieces, and it just happened so fast. I'm still taking it in.
Yeah, well, you're lucky. That's like, some designers have been out a long time and can't get any celebrities to wear their clothes. So that was a blessing.
Yes, it was, definitely.
So there's a lot of plus models that listen to this show, and I know they're going to want to know how can they model for you. So are you going to ever have an open call or need models for the magazine or the clothing line?
Anyone who knows me will tell you I am open to working with new talent. I know people see, the agencies and things like that. But we're always open to working with new talent. I actually, prefer new talent. I love, new faces. I love, getting the chance to work with girls that are new, up and coming, new girls that haven't necessarily, been seen all that much. That is definitely something that I love. And girls are free to, contact us,
So how do they go about submitting?
You can email us. Email us your comp card, your personal information. You can email info.shopmajor@gmail.com.
So do you have anything else coming up that we need to be on the lookout for? I mean, I know your hands are full, but I just got to ask.
Well, yeah, actually, we're really excited. It looks like tentatively the collection is going to be available in 2 really hot boutiques.
Already. You're on the ball.
Yeah. Like I said, it has been a blessing. I mean, everything is just moving, been amazing. But one of the boutiques, Honey's Child Boutique in St. Louis, and there's another plush boutique in Atlanta. And, there's a few others that tentatively will be carrying the collection. Also, too, we have the summer collection is coming. It is going to be so amazing. Like, even I have to say it's going to be amazing. But we definitely have the summer collection coming end of May, early June. That'll be dropping soon, and as well as a new issue, summer issue of Majour Magazine will be dropping around the same time as well.
Well, you are really taking off because this clothing line launched when? Last month?
We launched 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
3 weeks and a half. Yeah.
Wow.
3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
And you're already in boutiques.
Yeah.
And have celebrities
right?
performing in your clothes.
A blessing.
Well, I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you, and I can't wait. If you've done this in 3.5 weeks, I can't wait to see what you're going to do in 3.5 months. This is amazing.
Right. Thank you so much. We're so excited. Like I said, we just been a blessing. You know, God is amazing. You know, we're so happy.
And let everybody know your official websites to keep up with you and purchase clothing.
The website for the clothing line is shop hyphen Majour MAJOUR.com.
Well, awesome. Thanks again for being on the show. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and you definitely have my support. Whatever I can do to, support your brand, just let me know, and just keep up the good work.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy we finally connected. Like
It's long overdue.
Right, exactly.
We'll definitely keep in touch and continue success.
Thank you so much, and I will.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you to our guest this evening. Don't forget to like our fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/Chenese Lewis Show. I've been your host this evening, Chenese Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.